The former TNA World Champion Rich Swann, who, as we saw recently, was a part of the Road to Slammiversary qualifying matches. He had a hell of a matchup against Nick Nemeth. There was plenty of involvement by AJ Francis and DJ Who Kid throughout that, but Nick Nemeth ultimately won the matchup and booked his passage to the main event that we'll see later on tonight, the six-way elimination match for the TNA World Championship.
But Rich Swann here, always ready to work on his feet. You got to give credit to Rich homie Swann here, coming in here at the last minute to face this man.
His opponent from Tokyo, Japan, Time Splitter, Kushida.
We mentioned earlier, Kushida came here to Montreal expecting to go one-on-one with Jonathan Gresham, but a lot of hostility between those two dating back to Under Siege, where Jonathan Gresham's ink led to Kushida being out of action for a number of weeks, became violently ill, was not medically cleared to compete. So Kushida came here to Montreal ready to inflict some serious damage on Jonathan Gresham, and now I almost feel bad for Rich Swann.
Yes, this is obviously a very, very different side of Kushida.
Oh my
Look
God.
at this.
Swann's doing the smart thing, getting out of the ring. Look at the eyes of Kushida. The face.
The Time Splitter normally beelining to the ring, lots of energy, fast moving. This is a very different Kushida, deliberate, focused. Ooh, you see there a little taste of the mist he's used a few times now, and you see the kanji etched across his skin, across his face. And Tom, if what I saw earlier backstage is any indication, I don't think it's just his face. Yes! Kushida has included these tattoos of these Buddhist sutras all over his body. References to a famous Japanese folklore character. He is in a different zone here tonight at Slammiversary.
Flashbacks to Jinsei Shinzaki once upon a time.
Another man who used the kanji, used those sutras in a very similar fashion.
This is a very different side of Kushida, and again, he was ready to go one-on-one with Jonathan Gresham, unable to be here due to travel issues. A lot of people saw about the worldwide IT outage that plagued airports around the world. We can tell you, fortunately and unfortunately, Jonathan Gresham, the only member of the TNA roster unable to make it here tonight, so the card we anticipate will play out as we expect.
Now, yeah, you have Rich Swann here walking in to this mystery, this question mark of an opponent in Kushida, in this presentation, in this attitude, in this spirit almost that he's brought to the ring here tonight.
Oh, going for the hoverboard lock, going for the Kimura lock. And going to the top rope is Rich Swann.
You know, Tom, I don't want to draw an exact parallel, but you have to almost call back to when we saw Jonathan Gresham return to TNA with this whole twisted ink and octopus thing going on, man. This is a similar vibe that Kushida is bringing, coming from the Time Splitter that he was.
Knee right to the midsection there by Swann. These two have battled before in tag team action, one-on-one, but both very different than those exchanges. Kushida with a cartwheel, Swann ducks underneath, trying to push the pace, sunset flip. Drop kick right to the face by Kushida.
And there you see, I mean, a little bit of a different vibe, a little bit of a different presentation, different attitude, but there's still a lot of the same Time Splitter, ooh, in there all along.
Swann, oh, picking things up. Attacking the back, pressing the throat right into the middle rope.
As if Kushida hasn't enough respiratory problems due to everything going on with Jonathan Gresham. That ink, as we've talked about time and time again here.
Swann having his way, breaks before the count of 5. He's got to be careful he doesn't get disqualified. Our referee, Daniel Spencer, paying close attention. We got to talk to our French commentary
we'll
team.
have to get in touch
tonight.
eventually, yeah. A lot of lovely chants in French tonight all over the place. We'll need some translation.
I'll assume they're saying nice things about me and not you.
I would never assume that about any human being on the planet. But talk about not doing nice things. Rich Swann not being very nice here to Kushida. And again, I got to give him credit, being ready to take this match on a moment's notice. That is the quality of first class. And if this could set the tone for TNA Jay Francis later tonight, oh my God, we could be having a celebration all over Montreal, the likes of which this town's never seen.
Well, it'd be like a Morgan here if PCO got beaten by AJ Francis.
I feel like it would be a morgue if he won. Just because that's how he lives his life.
Fair point. That's a fair point. Oh, look at this. Stillness about Kushida. Oh! That is no longer. I've known Kushida for a number of years. Oh, I know he practices mindfulness and trying to stay in the present moment. Maybe that's what that was moments ago.
Oh, you talked about, the inspiration of Jinsei Shinzaki. He would often do that in his days in Japan, doing almost prayers in the middle of the ring, centering himself, focusing. And here it's paying off for Kushida.
One of the nastiest dragon screws you'll ever see.
That turned Rich Swann inside out.
Kick right to the back of the leg.
Yeah, the assault on the leg continuing here.
Handspring back elbow by Kushida. And the shote, the palm strike in the corner to Swann. Super kick by Swann. Come on, going for the Tanaka punch there.
Look out!
Oh, the poison rana.
Good night. And Rich Swann ain't done yet.
Handspring cutter, middle of the ring. Is that it for Kushida?
Could be.
Covered. Oh, kick out, the right shoulder up in time.
Rich Swann none too pleased that Kushida's still having the will to fight here.
I hope Swann and Francis aren't looking too far ahead to the conclusion of Slammiversary. They've been telling everybody all day, it's like, we're going to be partying at Jet nightclub after the show. AJ Francis said it on the press conference this past Thursday night.
Yeah, there's no way you were invited to said party if it was, trust me.
From the second rope, all went for the 450. Kushida back up, go for the hoverboard lock, grabbing a hold of the arm.
Almost had it, Swann had it scouted that time though.
Oh, went for the Tanaka punch. Oh, there it is. And now Kushida's got Swann down.
Going up top.
Oh, went for the moonsault, nobody home.
Once again, well scouted by Rich Swann there. Oh,
big spinning heel kick. Is that enough? There's the cover. Oh, and Kushida's still in it.
Just in the nick of time there, you see Kushida shaking his head behind Swann. Defiant to the very end. Swann now asking himself what he's got to do to put this new incarnation of the Time Splitter away.
Kick right to the face, and I'm sure the fans here in Montreal appreciate Kushida for that one.
Oh no, look out here, look at this!
Bending back the arm, the hoverboard lock, off the top, brings it down! Hoverboard lock!
You gotta be kidding me! Twisting and busting the arm, that's it!
Swann taps at Kushida!
With one of the damnedest hoverboard locks I think I've ever seen. This new side of Kushida is born with a gusto here in Montreal.
Kushida focusing on the present tonight, but you gotta believe Jonathan Gresham is in his future. Well, still to come tonight, will Ash by Elegance be the one to stop the history maker, the juggernaut, the Knockouts world champion, Jordan Grace?